Ladies and gentlemen, what's going on? My name is Denanu, aka the man with the most biggest and the most blackest privilege on YouTube. And with this video here, we're going to be talking about some bullshit. Earlier today, uh, some guy who went to this Madden tournament or whatever, basically, I'm assuming he lost at the game, and he flipped out and
Oh my
just
god,
pulled out a gun and
this
started
guy.
shooting people. And every time I hear something like this, I don't know, maybe it's just me, but it disheartens me so much. And every time I hear about like a school shooting or a mass shooting or when somebody just flips out and just does something stupid like this, because it makes me upset. Well, it makes me upset at the person. Um, Not necessarily what they did. Well, that pisses me off too, but it makes me mad about like if it were me. Let's say I was touched in the head, I was mentally confused, messed up, whatever. If I was gonna flip out and kill somebody, I would just shoot myself. That's just me. Why shoot somebody else? You know? If you feel that some type of way, I'm not one of those people who feel sorry for everybody. Like, no. If you feel that way and you want to do that, just off yourself and save everybody else a whole lot of trouble. you know, that's just the kind of person I am. I mean, life is gonna continue. The world's gonna move on. It's just why ruin somebody else's life if you feel like your life isn't going the way you want, or if you feel like you deserve more but ain't getting it, and you feel it that much. Just off yourself, commit suicide, call it a day, and rage quit life. You know, I'm pretty sure the people who were going to this tournament had no idea something like this was going to happen. Because usually with video games, there's a lot of competitiveness and all that. That's 100% true. But it's like going to any other kind of convention, like an anime convention or a gaming convention or a comic book convention. You're there because you're around people that are just like you. All of you like and are fans of whatever it is, video games, in this case Madden. It's like you're there to have fun, you're there to enjoy yourself. So why even go into this situation carrying a gun? you know that alone boggles me, because it's like, why would you even do that? I don't know if Florida is an open carry state. I don't know if this was his gun or not. I didn't read any news articles. I think I skimmed through one that had a video clip of they actually recorded the audio of the shooting taking place. I'm surprised they actually put that shit online, but they had it on the news article where I watched it, and you hear the guy shooting and stuff. You don't hear nothing too distinctive, but you just hear him shooting people and things like that. But it's just messed up, man. It's like, why would why would somebody go to an event? Like I said before, why would somebody go to an event, and especially like if you know you rage, like me, I don't rage when I play games. I'm 100% calm 9 times out of 10. If you're somebody who knows you rage, why would you even go to a tournament? Number one, and two, go there with a gun. It's like, come on. It's just like you're so fucked up in the head where it's like maybe he didn't put that together. Maybe he was just like, oh, you know what? Oh, it's no big deal. I'm not, I'm gonna win. He probably went with that mentality of maybe his skills were just so good, and maybe when he got his ass beaten Madden, maybe he got clowned a little bit. I don't know if they allow that at tournaments or not, but I'm assuming it's people, so maybe he got joked on a little bit and probably couldn't take it and just shot the guy in retaliation somehow. But it's just fucked up, YouTube. Only because I know there's gonna be some politician or some activist who's gonna take this news and take it and like run for the touchdown lane and just try to blame video games for like mass shootings and all that kind of sort of shit, because they try to do that shit anyway with GTA and other socially violent games and things like that. They try to do that with stuff that don't relate to gaming, like school shootings and things like that. Now this is like, oh, gaming's the direct cause at this tournament. They were playing Madden. You know somebody gonna try that shit. And it's like that's what pisses me off because there's nothing wrong with the medium. It's not gaming. It's just people who are fucked up in the head. You know, they shouldn't be playing these games, or they shouldn't know like why does he have a gun in the first place if he's mentally ill or mentally unstable. And the thing with that is that's hard to quantify. Like, how do you determine whether somebody's mentally ill or mentally unstable? You know, it's because like I've never had an incident in a day in my life. I just bought a handgun last month. You know, passed it and everything, passed my HQL, all of that shit, right? Bought the gun and everything. But like, I never have nothing on my record, so that don't mean I can't flip out next month. You know, it's just it's hard to quantify that kind of variable when it comes to people because everybody is different. And then, how do you quantify it on the other side of things? Like, you have the people who are, let's say, not for guns. You know, well, make it harder to get a gun, make it harder for people to actually go and buy it, and then and this, that, or the other. But people are gonna get their hands on whatever. I mean, just because you make the laws harder and everything like that, look at criminals. You know, like I remember watching a thing on Netflix where they were talking about selling illegal guns. You know, that's so big in this country and throughout certain parts of the world that if somebody wanted to get a handgun, you can't really stop them from getting one. Because, I mean, it's so easy. All you gotta do is know a couple shady people, and there you go. Or either that, or know somebody with a collector's license, and they got a clean record, and they're just willing to just, you know, get and buy guns and just give them to somebody. It's so easy to do that it's and if you make it harder, like I said, if you make it harder to get guns, then they're just gonna get them by different means. Or let's say take guns out of the equation. What if he just had a knife on him? Same thing, different concept. Yeah, you may be killing less people, but the same thing applies. What if he had a baseball bat? You know, or been like the one guy who took his car and rammed into a bunch of people during those protests. I think was it like last year or year before. So he had a fucking car, you know. So it's what do you do in that kind of sort of a situation? You know, how do you police that? How do you police mass violence? And I guess that's a question that we as a people got to figure out because I don't think there is no right way to do it. You know, at the end of the day, it's either I think violent people are just gonna be violent people. Now, does that mean that a violent person can't change and be a normal person? Hell, fucking no. And hell, I know my dad's one of them. you know, to be honest, but it's one of those things where it's really I don't know because it's like I said, it's hard to quantify, and when you're dealing with mental instability, everything is up in the fucking air at that point. And maybe this kid, I don't know. I'm assuming it was a kid going there. Maybe this kid was like a regular kid who just, maybe he was going through some shit, and maybe this tournament was his day in the, day to shine, his relaxed day, and he got his ass fucking handed to him in the game, and he couldn't handle it, and he just snapped. I mean, it could be something like that too. But from what I think the article said that they're still trying to put together everything, so they don't really know everything that about the guy yet. They were still trying to ID him and things like that. But usually when shootings happen, the person has some issues some kind of way. Now, whether this was his gun or like his dad's gun or somebody else's gun, I mean, I guess they're gonna figure all that out. But I just hate the fact that now it's directly related to gaming, and that's something that I enjoy and millions of other people enjoy, and I know that there's going to be some type of repercussion on gaming specifically for this incident. I don't know what that is. Maybe they're going to start. I mean, maybe they have to, going to start doing pat downs at tournaments and gaming events like they do in clubs and strip clubs and that kind of sort of thing. Maybe they're going to, do like a policy where if you're in an open carry state and you're allowed to carry your gun or whatever, maybe now you can bring them to gaming events or tournaments and things like that. Maybe he snuck it in there. I don't know. I mean, they're still trying to figure out everything, but I'm assuming he brought it in there with him because most events, I mean, I'm assuming I don't go to a lot of gaming events or football or basketball things, but I'm assuming you can't bring firearms there. So I'm assuming they pat down everybody that go in or make them walk through metal detectors or something. But I know that with a lot of that kind of sort of stuff, you see that more in urban areas like New York, Baltimore, those places that have high amounts of people and that are really, really violent. You don't see that everywhere, so maybe Florida is just the exception, but. Or maybe, I don't, I hate to make a joke about it, but maybe Florida got something in the water down there. I mean, you had that guy eating that other guy's face off a few years back, and a lot of other weird shooting shit happened down in Florida. Maybe, I don't know, maybe something going down there that nobody know about YouTube. It could be that too. But, I mean, altogether, I just think it's a fucked up situation, and it's a fucked up position to be in because it's like, what about, I just think of all of the families that just had, kids there that were just playing the game, playing Madden, having fun, and, going through all that, And now, because they said a lot of people was messed up and hospitalized and killed. So I don't know how many, but I can just imagine the families hearing news about that and getting all fucked up themselves because of it. All because of one person was a fucking pussy. You know, at the end of the day, one guy was a pussy, and he couldn't man the fuck up, take his loss or whatever, if that was the case, or if he was feeling some type of way and just flipped out, and maybe he wasn't playing the game, and maybe he just said fuck it, but he was too much of a pussy to just take his own life, and he had to take his anger out on people, other people who didn't deserve it. But I don't know, YouTube. When is humanity gonna grow up and stop doing this bullshit? That's the one thing I see. I wish everybody was level-headed. I mean, maybe once, maybe in the future, maybe when they put chips in everybody's brains or something, that we'll finally be all on the same mental playing field, so to speak. And, these kind of sort of things just won't happen no more. Because every time I hear, like I said in the beginning of the video, it disheartens me, where it's come on, man, another one, it's that much, we hear about it so often, and with the internet being so easy to get information on, it's not like how it was when, let's say, I grew up in the 80s and 90s, when news, you got it from the television or the newspaper, so if you didn't watch it or hear about it from both of those, you just didn't know if something happened a few states away or something like that. So it's just kind of fucked up. I mean, don't really know how to finish the commentary, but I mean, I don't know. To be honest, I really don't know, and hopefully, I'm hoping that they figure out something, because like I said, I'm tired of hearing about this. I don't know what they could do, but they need to figure out something. Maybe have more security at these gaming events. Maybe have more laws or regulations in place when it comes to gun ownership. Maybe more screening for the mentally ill. I mean, but then, like I said before, how do you quantify that? So, but anyways, fellas, I just wanted to make a commentary on this because I heard about it, and gaming is a huge passion in my life. So I figured I'd make a video talking about it, just explaining my perspective and things like that. I mean, but nothing super serious, but on my end anyway. But it's a serious topic, and that's why with this one, I didn't do the whole hoopla. There's no background music to this. No, none of that. I mean, it's too serious of a topic to try to promote on. So, all right, fellas, let me end this video here. And if you want to see more, just super laid back commentaries from me, expect more normal stuff. But if you just want to see stuff like this when serious events happen, I don't mind talking about these either. So I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and keep your head up and don't let the stress get to you. Peace out.